All right, hey everyone. I'm here for my week 4 game versus Thomas. We already played our match. I'm just doing some post-com because, well, I wanted to record it live, but I basically was already late for the game, so I didn't want to take time to set up like recording and everything. So I figured it was just best to do it afterwards because I mean I felt bad. I already kind of kept him waiting a bit. So sorry again if you're seeing this, Thomas. Life stuff comes up, and life stuff is being stuck in traffic for like 40 fucking minutes for no reason. But either way, we got the game done. It was a pretty good game overall. Let me go over my team real quick. Yeah, I have it pulled up over here. Um, Excuse me. Yeah, I have to refresh myself because I played this a few days ago. But we have Mega Metacham. I have Bullet Punch, Ice Punch, Photon Geyser, and Combat Torque. Max HP, max attack. Pretty just standard Metacham set there. Nothing really too crazy. We have Choice Scarf, Physical Manaphy with Surging Strikes, Flip Turn, Knockoff, and Toxic. I've been wanting to bring a Physical Manaphy for a bit. And looking at his team, the Mega Aerodactyl is the biggest problem because it just like literally outspeeds everything. Um, and I didn't bring special because I mean, one, I kind of just wanted to run physical Manaphy. I thought it'd be kind of fun. And two, like it wouldn't really be able to hit anything on the special side that it couldn't on the physical side. And surging strikes crits could be useful for like a body press. Cobalion hits Pheasantipede a little bit harder because it has weaker physical defense. But yeah, overall, I thought it was a pretty cool bring this week. Then we have Clodsire, pretty standard Clodsire set. I've run this a few times already this season, but it's just max HP, max defense, Earthquake, Mortal Spin, Shore Up, and Rock Slide. I have Unaware this week instead of Water Absorb. Um, I mean, they didn't really bring any water types on this team, so other than that, I think their only water type was like Swampert, which can hit me with Earthquake anyway, so I wouldn't really be switching Clawed in. And I thought it could be good for like, I don't know, maybe if it's like a Dragon Dance or Hone Claw's Arrow, it can help slow it down a bit. Um, then next off, we have Leftovers, Stealth Rock 3 attack Metagross, with Photon Geyser, Heavy Slam, and Bullet Punch. Just max HP, max attack. This was to help check the Latios because now that I dropped Togekiss from my team, I don't have Dragon Immunity, and Metagross is my only Steel type. So this is going to be my main way of switching into Dragon types. So I pretty much had to bring it, and it's especially good because, with the Psychic type, it quad resists Psychic moves, so it can just help check Lottie a little bit better. And I just have the leftovers to help give it some longevity. But none of that mattered because he didn't really end up bringing Latios anyway, which, I mean, I'm not complaining about because that Pokemon was kind of scary for me to deal with. But yeah, I mean, overall, I'm just glad I didn't really have to deal with it. Next mon, we have a new member of our team. We have Hornatus, Nasty Plot, Oblivion Wing, Focus Blast, and Chilling Water. Chilling Water is to deal with Aerodactyl and Rotom Heat, in case it was like a Scarf variant or something. I have 136, 120, 252. The HP with the Charty Berry allowed me to live a Stone Axe after Stealth Rock damage. But it didn't, I mean, it ultimately didn't really matter too much because they had Stone Axe, but they never clicked it. Um, and, well, I mean, you'll see, but I thought it was a pretty cool bring. I wish I got to show it off a bit, but well, I mean, you'll see how the game goes. And then finally, we have AV Darkrai with Fiery Wrath, Focus Blast, Ceaseless Edge, and Knockoff. The AV is just to help sponge hits from Latios in case Metagross got too worn down, just so I didn't like have everything dying to Draco Meteor right off the bat. Um, let's see. I'm trying to remember why did I? Oh, they also have Umbreon on their team. Um, I didn't. I could have run Psyshock for Fez, but I honestly didn't really even think it was worth it. I would rather just like knocked off its items and set up spikes, and I could always just go Metagross or Clodsire. So I didn't really think it was worth the move slot to run Psyshock. But yeah, overall, that's my team. I'm pretty happy with how I built this week. I think it matched up pretty well into everything. But let's get into the game. Just mute this, and yeah, we'll go for it. Oh shit. Sorry, that is very loud. I muted the music, not the sound effects. Anyway, let's see. Turn one. They switch into Sinistra. I left in Scarf Manaphy just in case they, I don't know, tried to get greedy or something. Maybe not expecting it. I thought, Surging Strikes was relatively free. Sinistra is their only real water resist, but it's not as free as I thought it was because they were Rocky Helmet. So I end up losing like half of my HP here. But Clodsire is a pretty free switch. Even with no Spadef investment, it's still a pretty natural check to that Mon. I doubled into metagross because I didn't think they would risk like a toxic or getting poisoned on Sinistra, and I wanted to get my stealth rocks up basically like as soon as I could, just to make it easier to deal with Arrow and Swellow, which Swellow is also a huge problem in my team because it's really fast, and if it was running like a Guts Facade set, I mean, you can see my team. Metagross is my only real normal and flying resist, so that Mon could kind of be a problem later on. So I wanted to get my rocks up just to help deal with that as best as I can, which I do. And they go back into Sinistra. I figured Darkrai was pretty free here. Like, only real thing they could do to threaten it would be like Stun Spore or something like that, which, luckily they're not. If they were, I don't even think. I mean, it would matter because it would make Wello and yeah, like Rotom a little bit harder to deal with. But luckily they didn't end up going for that. They went for Cotton Guard. Um, and yeah, he says I've realized a grave mistake. That'll come up later. But they go into Fez. I click knockoff just to get rid of an item. I knew he wouldn't go Arrow there because he wouldn't want to take Stealth Rocks damage. But I go Metagross. They go for Calm Mind. They are like a Calm Mind Acid Armor set, which was a really cool bring into me. Um, if they, I think if they had saved that until like they got some chip damage off on my Metagross or dealt with my Claw a bit, I think it could have been really good into me. But Metagross, even with +2 defense, almost killed this thing, and Dark Pulse didn't even do half. So Fez isn't going to be a problem anymore. Yeah, Metagross just putting in work. I think this thing, okay, this is kind of a little bit of a spoiler alert. I'm recording this after I've played my week 5 match because I'm a little bit behind on stuff. But at this time, I think Metagross was actually my kill leader, which at the start of the season, I would have never expected that. I thought it would have been like Mega Metacham just because it's so strong. But no, Metagross has really been putting in work so far. I'm glad I picked up this thing over Iron Crown. Let's see. Yeah, I go Claude here. They go for Torch Song, which it doesn't really matter because I'm unaware. But they do have the Steam Eruption, so they do end up having a Water type attack to hit me. It does end up being kind of a problem, especially since they get the burn because this thing isn't going to be too useful anymore. So I just basically decide to sack it, go for Mortal Spin, get a poison, and just get some chip damage off. So Clodsire goes down. It wasn't really that great since I had like gotten rid of Fez. Um, I mean, it could have been helpful for getting a little bit of chip off on Swellow, but I also didn't really want to switch anything in to, like get it chipped down or whatever. So I figured it was just best to sack it right there. Um, but that allows Metacham to come in afterwards, and I can just get off a powerful attack. I go for Photon Geyser here. Let's see. Why did I switch? Okay, I switched because it was faster. Yeah, so it's 346 speed. I didn't want my Metacham to get chipped, and I'm not Mach Punch, so I didn't have a way to pick up a kill afterwards. I went Horn because I figured I would live, and I could heal up with Oblivion Wing. And it was the only Mon that outsped this thing that could actually threaten it. But this is where Thomas's mistake kind of comes into play because it ends up being AV, and I don't kill. which I wasn't really expecting. So I thought this thing would, like my tone would be healthy afterwards. But no, I end up leaving it at like basically 30%. So that's not how I was hoping it would go. But ultimately it'll work out anyway. So I go dark right here because I'm AV. I know I can sponge the hit. I can just get some damage off. I get a flinch here, luckily. Um, I don't know how important that is. Um, they went for like Thunderbolt again. I would have been around 30%. But ultimately, I don't think it mattered too much because you'll see this turn. They bring out Swellow here. If I were them, I would have probably gone Arrow, just because it guarantees outspeeds. Um, but I can see why they went Swallow. It's just so good into my team, and maybe they didn't think I was max speed, so they figured, especially since they were kind of behind, it was worth risking it. Because yeah, these three mons right here are already down. So at that point, you're kind of thinking like, I'm in the back. I kind of gotta make a play or get a little lucky here, and maybe win a speed tie. But it doesn't happen for them. So Swallow goes down there. Darkrai gets well, technically one kill because Rotom died to poison. But yeah, Arrow just kind of comes in and kills me afterwards. I figured it wasn't really worth risking like switching anything in because I could always go Manaphy flip turn afterwards. Maybe I could have switched around just to try and get better differential. Like I typically don't really try to play for that unless like I absolutely need to. I figured I was like already in the lead so much, it was not worth it. Just like potentially throwing the game in case like I don't know, it was like a Dragon Dance set or something, and it could have been a problem. So I just figured I'd play it safe and get this thing in for free. They go Sinistcha, but I pretty much have the game locked up here. I just flip turn out. I can go Torn and pretty freely click Oblivion Wing here. Because yeah, then they have to go Arrow. They kill me here. My Charity Berry doesn't save me, but I can always go Scarf Manaphy afterwards and clean up. Oh, I lied. I go Metagross and I click Bullet Punch. I wanted it to get more kills. But and then that's how the game ended. Overall it wasn't anything too hacksy or too crazy. The speed tie with Swellow was pretty big for me. Um, but I do think I would have won even if they won the speed tie, because I would have realized that they were a spec set, which they ended up being. Thomas shared me their team afterwards, and it was a spec Swellow. So I could have just gone Metagross afterwards and kind of started attacking for free because Finish Joe was chipped enough to the point where I think I would have 2-hit KO'd it. And then, yeah, I would have just cleaned up afterwards. So overall, good game, Thomas. Well played on both sides. This was my first win. I'm 1-3 now. So technically, if I didn't choke the first two games, I should be 3-1, but I'm 1-3. But ultimately, that doesn't matter. All that matters is that I just try and have fun and make playoffs and do my best. So, yeah, good game. Well played. I will see you guys later.